UMG is going down a rabbit hole to remind Drake about Millie Bobby Brown.
UMG would also get access to Discovery as well. And I think they would go down this rabbit hole because they're now adding more context than they did in their last filing. Okay, let's read this one more time. Fans and criticism concerning Drake's relationship with minors predate Not Like Us and have been widely reported. Noting that Lamar is indicting Drake for years of rumors and speculations around his misbehavior around minors, and that Millie Bobby Brown is one of the things that most people are aware of when it comes to Drake and the rumors around him. In The Heart Part 6, Drake also affirmed that he understood Lamar's statements in Not Like Us to refer to the Millie Bobby Brown controversy, stating that this Epstein angle was the issue I expected, and only effing with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at no teenager. Clearly, Drake himself understands that Lamar's lyrics refer to well-known issues that have been widely reported. Drake's arguments concerning undisclosed facts carry no weight. 1 second applause. And 15, we all know the stories of him going to girls' basketball games. There are some things that we've seen and heard over the years. It's kind of wild that this has been in the atmosphere for some time. But no one has previously called out Drake in this way. When Millie Bobby Brown was 13, she met Drake at a concert. He was 30 or 31 at the time. She said they would text in a lot of interviews and they maintained friendship where he would give her advice about boys, stuff like that. This was spoken about in interviews. Right. You can just go Google. If you're ever interested, that's a rabbit hole. There's a public rabbit hole. You can go look at her say that. Allegation of Drake having inappropriate relationships with minors is a topic Drake has had to debunk in the past. Not Like Us reflects these rumors surrounding Drake's personal life.
What up, world? It's your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership, gang. Listen, I've been saying for months that Drake does not want this case to go to court. He does not want this to go to trial because of one simple fact. UMG will play dirty. They will play unfair. They will play search and destroy. And they will bring up one of the issues that I said he doesn't want no parts of. He better hope they dismiss this because they're going to dig up some old stuff. And now they done drop this motion to dismiss. And in that motion to dismiss, they have officially said, we hear you like them young. In this paperwork, they actually went to what I said. I said, Drake, they're going to talk about Millie Bobby Brown. They're going to talk about you're going to high school girls basketball games in your 30s. You have no reason to be there. You don't have a high school student in there. There is no reason for you to be in there sipping on mimosas or whatever you got going on. Bud Lights and this, that, and the third. No. He's from Canada. He's drinking Molson's, right? They're going to remind you that the rabbit hole goes deep. And Drake actually mentioned that rabbit hole verbiage in his lawsuit. They threw it right back at him. They went line for line. They did what battle rappers do. They read that thing and they countersued. They counterpunched, and they came at this dude on some meet the grams. Gang, listen, in this paperwork, this is one more thing, because I told you it's about 5 things in there that you can see that they're going to key on. I already told you yesterday in the other video about the Michael Rappaport angle, and this is the other angle, this Millie Bobby Brown angle. And what's going to happen, they're going to say Drake, when Millie Bobby Brown was high like fish grease off of Stranger Things, no one knew her out of nowhere, she blew up. You was one of the adults that she was confiding in. She was DMing and talking to you. She already said you text her back. She was 13 years old. And by the time she was 14 years old, for some reason, you were giving her advice on men and boys and this and that and helping her out, right? Some people say that's a little inappropriate. I'm just going to be honest. A 30-year-old, 31-year-old man texting a 14-year-old in any situation, if that ain't your niece or your daughter, you do not need to be corresponding with her. I told you they were going to bring that up, and they put it right in the paperwork. It's right in writing. They say, listen, there are some questionable things that Kendrick had a right to bring up because they're public knowledge. Kendrick had a right in Not Like Us to say Drake, I hear you like I'm young, right? It's all conjecture, but at the end of the day, if you follow that rabbit hole, you will see video footage of Millie Bobby Brown addressing the Drake situation, saying, "Oh, that's I love him. Oh my God, he's my friend." Like, why are you friends with this girl? I'm just gonna be honest. If let's say this, anybody else, it would look kind of strange. I don't know. Drake was allowed to move with impunity. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, Drake was allowed to move with impunity because them numbers of them record sales. I'm just gonna be honest. He got away with a lot of stuff. And I said, UMG gonna remind you of the girl on stage that he's hugging, talking about, I don't know if it's wrong, but it feels good, when he found out she was underage. Talking about she feel good pressed against his body, right? I'm just going to be honest. I said that UMG was going to remind them, and they was going to go down that rabbit hole like Bugs Bunny. They was going to do the little boo-doo-doo and just dive down and go right down there as far as they can go, because this is a high stakes, high rewards situation, right? High risk, high rewards. They're not going to play around with this guy. They're coming with a hatchet. They want, listen, they want to chop some stuff off for you. They want to leave you limping, gang. I keep saying, Drake, you better hope this case get dismissed. You better drop it. They're going to start talking about, I remember footage of some little, like, really, really young white girls talking about they was on that yacht with them wine coolers. They were like, Drake loves wine coolers. Wine coolers are his favorite drink. In what world do these little teeny white girls know that wine coolers are your favorite drink? They ain't even supposed to have wine coolers. This girl get crazy creepy. It's serious, gang. And I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know, like, this may offend some of you, but I think a 30-year-old man drinking wine coolers is weird in the first place. I'm just gonna be, I don't care who he with. He could be with a bunch of 59-year-olds. You're drinking wine coolers, gang. Step your game up, or don't drink. All right. I know it used to be what was Zumas and all this stuff. I know y'all love them White Claws and this and that and the third and the high noons and all that. That's cool. Those, I don't know if all those wine coolers, but wine coolers, yeah, I think just the Seagram's wine coolers and this and that. If you're a 30-year-old man drinking wine coolers, slow down, gang. Just gonna be honest. Let me put you on some other shit, because yeah, we need to move on. Especially if you're doing it around high school girls, there's an issue. So I told you they were going to come with all the information, and they got much more. They got much, much more. They just dipping their toe like, listen, Drake, I need you to pay attention, because we're not stopping here. We're going to start getting names. We're going to start putting names to the faces that used to be at them parties. Vlad just told you there was some wild stuff that got covered up in them hills. Vlad said, Drake used to be my neighbor. And there was a lot of wild stuff in them parties, and it got all covered up in LA. He said, yo, he wouldn't elaborate. He said, I'm not going to elaborate. But it was some pretty serious things going on at them Drake parties in the hills in LA. It's not me talking, it's Vlad. And you think if pressed, they like, Vlad, we got some stuff that we think you were involved in. Either you tell us this or we gonna hit you with that. You think Vlad gonna lay down for Drake? And half of that stuff probably public knowledge. It's probably public record somewhere. It's probably sealed, but it's there. Somebody like, I'm keeping this. Somebody got it. Listen, they gonna start digging. This Millie Bobby Brown thing, this ain't going away, as you can see, and he gonna end up getting that girl pulled on that stand. You're gonna get that girl pulled on that stand, and she gonna have to say some things. Okay? He knows that. UMG knows that. It's gonna be a lot of people hitting the stand if this thing. Listen, I keep saying it's not going to trial. The last thing on earth this guy wants is all this stuff exposed in the trial. Some of this stuff, gang, it could end up like Diddy when he went to his little thing and he settled the next day. It was too late. Some stuff got aired out, and they started digging. They started reaching and investigating. Started looking for this, looking for that. You don't want that, Drake. You don't want that. UMG is not playing. They're like, if it's war, then it's war. If you read that paperwork, if you really read it and you take away all of just the extra nonsense, they saying, gang, if it's on, it's on. They lining up. This thing is immaculate, gang. They every point I thought of and then some stuff. I don't have access to all these lawyers. They thought of, they got little notes and extra little extra stuff in there. Like, I was like, oh snap. Like, They digging up everything, like the Michael Rappaport angle. No one thought about that. And when I heard it, I said, yo, that might break the case. He sued her for a diss record. He sued a corporation over this record and lost. Right on my Twitter right now, these Drake fans, I don't know how my thing got in the algorithm with these Drake fans. They're like, how did this end up in my timeline? If you're not going to tell it, if you're not going to tell it, don't tell it at all. These guys are going crazy because my little clip about Michael Rappaport literally says he went after this guy he went after Barstool Sports for a diss record that really said some really nasty things about him. And he lost. He lost against that corporation, and then someone told me he filed it again and lost again. He lost twice. This is exactly what, I know some of these guys are kind of delusional in these Drake circles, the OVO crowd, but somebody was in my comments like, this is not even the same thing. It's the exact same thing. Somebody else wrote, he's Michael Rappaport. He's not Drake. He doesn't have the finances that Drake. No, it don't work like that, gang. You're suing for a diss record. That's exactly what, peel back all the layers. Oh, he's suing UMG for defamation. They try to lower hit. Nobody, that's not what he's suing for. He's saying that they freaking let Kendrick say things that were defaming about him. So this is about what Kendrick actually said. It's all through the paperwork. You can't change it just because you want to be this guy's fan and you want this next album. It doesn't matter what you think. I'm telling you what it is. He's suing for what Kendrick actually said in the battle. Michael Rappaport did the same thing and lost. So that's called precedent. So what's happening now, this guy is getting hit with all the whammies that I told you. UMG is not playing. They hitting this dude with like Oscar the Grouch. They putting the garbage lid on his head. Bang! Like they like, nigga, get down, stay down. Like, listen, go back and do your next album, right? I don't see a way where this is actually winnable. It's just too many things in this, and I'm gonna be back with another one, but this is just too many. That UMG's hit this guy with too much stuff that he's playing ping pong right now. He's trying to defend all it. It's not gonna work, and you will see that this thing will not go too far. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Make sure you head over to black-yeti.com. See what they got going on. They ship all over the country. They got whatever you need over there. Make sure you let them know who sent you. Every Wednesday night we do the What Show, 10:15ish. On the What Show YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. We on 8 different platforms. We get 200-300 people in the chat area. We come join us and see what we talking about. All right, let me know. Hit the share button, hit the like button, and join that membership. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.